Welcome to December 8th. I'm Geraldine, and this is my Flossmas series. So the whole month of December, or at least up until the 25th, I am doing daily videos and opening my Loopy You Imagine Landscapes Gnome Knit Along advent box, and also my Ever Tote Roxy Floss Co. Modern Folk Embroidery Holiday Countdown collaboration daily advent. So I opened my December 8th or day 8 floss pack for my Evertotes box this morning, and I also showed off how far I got in my clue from yesterday for my gnome knit along. So I'm gonna put that right here. All right, good morning. I am ready to get day 8 open so that we can get moving on with the day so I can come home and stitch. You can see the progress that I made on through day 7. It took me about an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes to get this red fill in. So this band has really come together. It's super cute. Did a little bit of the inside here to kind of finish the flower and get it two-toned, and then we started this heart band down here. And then as far as my gnome, I'm not quite done with the clue today, but I'm pretty sure that this is a gnome bottom. So we started with a little bit of stitches on, and we kind of rapidly increased. In the past we've decreased to do the bottom because we started at the top, so pretty sure this is the bottom of the gnome body. We did a solid knit row once we got up to the number of stitches we needed, and then a purl bump, and that is also pretty classic of Sarah to have that purl row as we start to go up the gnome. So I have about 10 rows or so, I think, left. I have a couple of rows of this color, and then we do a couple switches to the 2 greens, I believe. I'm not 100% sure. I gotta look at the pattern, but this is how far I got last night, and so I think the rest will be manageable today. All right, let's get day 8 open. The pattern, look at that in a second. Oop. Ooh, and the floss. So this floss is called Third Place. So it's like a bronze color, like you would get the 3rd place finish medal in the Olympics. It's a really pretty, like, rich caramel. I like it. All right, let's take a peek at the pattern. Oh boy, I am super excited about this. So this caramel, this caramel is going to go, oh, I should call it what it is, the name. This floss 3rd place is going to go in the hearts here, like a row in the stitching here, or inside the stitching. And then there is a bird and a bird and a bird and a bird. So they have their backs kind of facing away from the hearts. That's super fun. And that's all the stitching, just those 4 birds and that little bit on the inside. I mean, there are a decent amount of stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 11. I mean, they're probably like 50 stitches each, maybe not quite that much. So it'll take a little bit of time, but I'm loving that color. Okay, so the card also has some crickets on it. They're Christmas crickets. And then the card says, Christmas crackers and the inevitable terrible jokes that they contain are a tradition that I very much enjoy. As we envisioned this holiday countdown as a kind of daily Christmas cracker with those little daily extras, we wouldn't do it justice without at least one terrible joke. You've been warned. What did Adam ask his wife on the day before Christmas? Is it Christmas Eve? All right. Okay, off I go to work. I will see you guys for a little quick update when I get home, and then again tomorrow. All right, gorgeous color. I'm super excited about the stitching tonight and getting a little bit of knitting in as well. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. I got my Imagine Landscapes gnome clue today while I was at work, and it was a story. And so the gnomes in the Nimblewoods are picking names. So they picked their Secret Santa names today, and I get a little present to go along with it. So I am going to open that now. You can tell that it's like a tin. Oh, I don't know what's inside yet, if there's anything inside, but it's a cute little tin with his gnome sticker. There's just like a little Notions tin. Oh, fun. Yep, it's just a little empty Notions tin with a gnome on it. So in my knitting bag right now, my stitch markers, I have just like on a binder clip circle ring thing, like kind of like what you would use for what some people use to hold your floss cards together, with them just kind of threaded through that. This will be super handy to put those in. I have the stitch markers that I got in the first package for the knit along this year, and then I have some gnome, like I think it's a set of 5 or 6 gnome stitch markers. They're little silver circles that are stamped with gnome shapes and mushrooms on them, that I got at my local yarn store / L&S last year for the knit along. So I think those things will fit nicely in here. And then because it is a little bit of a pain to, like, when I'm holding all of my needles and then I have to like put something down to grab the stitch marker. And last night when I was knitting in the round, I use a stitch marker for the first to mark the beginning of my round, but you put it after your first stitch because otherwise it would fall off your needles. But we were also increasing the first stitch, so we were knit in front, knit in back the first stitch, and so then the stitch marker is not in the right place. So I was actually using 2 stitch markers. So I would knit in front, place the stitch marker, knit in back, pull the last round stitch marker off and save that for the next time around, and then kind of keep going through that cycle. And I just like had it like resting on my lap. So this will come in handy for that, is the long version of that story. I don't think I have anything else today. Maybe we should open a gnome. We haven't done that in a while. Randomly drawing one out of my bag of gnomes. Someday hoping to have a gnome garland that I can do like an advent calendar for every day of the advent season. Okay, this gnome's name is Holly, and she has cute little braids. And you can see I just did like a bulb stitch marker with her name. The braids were super fun to make. So she's got like I bought the red, this like dark red color, the green, and then a gray, and the cream, and then some hair with the this brown color. And then I'm just trying to like switch up all the different colors as I knit them. It's this 2 patterns that I'm using to knit from Sarah Shira at Imagine Landscapes. And just kind of, yeah. So I'm just kind of switching up like what they look like to differentiate them, and then using, as I knit them, I think about like what their names could be. So this is all Emma's yarn. And I don't remember the name for these colors, but I remember that her hair is, oh no, I lost it. Wish You Were Beer is the name of that yarn color. It's a perfect description of the color, and also a really fun name. So much like Hannah of Evertote, they have some quirky names for their yarns, which is always fun. All right, that's all I have for you today. Happy crafting. Thanks for stopping by, and I will catch up with you tomorrow. Bye.